summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again.
Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I have a ring now, I'm engaged. I just wanted to say that first. Anyways, today I just did a little get ready with me. I talked about my trip to New York, I talked about my proposal, and I created this look you see right here. I used the 80's Baby palette from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. It's one of their brand new palettes. The color story looks like this, and it's so cute, and I like this look a lot. So if you want to watch me create it while listening to me chat, then just keep watching. Hello. I feel really weird filming right now. I haven't filmed in almost 2 weeks, so we're just gonna play around with this palette. I already talked about this in the intro, but we're playing with the 80's Baby palette today. But I guess before we get to that, we should do the rest of my face. Obviously my brows are already done, and I already did put the Beauty Bakerie oil on my skin, nice and glowy. When I was in New York, I went to the e.l.f. store and picked up this Prep and Hydrate Balm, and I really like it. It's just like a cooling hydration stick, and I have normal to dry skin, and this is amazing. I love it. By the way, I took out my lip ring in case you didn't notice. I just felt like for the wedding, I don't want to have that lip piercing, and it was kind of annoying me anyway. I don't know. It's just, it was half and half. I kind of liked it, kind of didn't like it, so I just figured I'd get rid of it. So now I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer. I haven't been wearing foundation for pretty much 2 weeks now. I don't know if I wore it at all in New York, maybe once or twice. But for the most part, I've just been going the concealer. I'm pretty much using this as foundation though, let's be real. I have allergies like crazy. I might sound extra stuffy, and that's why. I'm just blending this in with a brush. Love this concealer. I replied to a comment about it, and I wish so bad I would have included this in my favorites video of the year because I love this concealer so much. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my Milk Makeup Baked Bronzing Stick, and I've been doing this cream contouring before I set under my eyes, just because if I ever accidentally get any powder in this area before I blend out the cream contour, I feel like I don't know, it gets kind of gross where powder and creams touch. So I do this part first and then I set, and I feel like this concealer doesn't crease too bad on me. And wow, I feel like I sound so stuffy. I'm so sorry, but I had to film. I'm back. I'm not sick, just stuffy. I actually was the only person on our New York trip that wasn't getting sick. I started getting stuffy yesterday, which was the day we came back. Today is Wednesday, Thursday the 3rd, and I'm just so stuffy. I don't think Florida helps. I miss the cold. I miss New York. One day I will live there and I'll be so happy. One of my goals this year was going to be to travel more, but since I have a wedding to plan, I don't think that's going to happen. So maybe next year I will travel a lot because I do eventually want to move away, and I'll never know where I want to move away to if I don't travel. Taking my Colourpop powder, I'm just going to set underneath my eyes. I'm getting ready for absolutely nothing today. I mostly just wanted to play with that palette, and I wanted to get a video filmed because I got to get back on the ball. I woke up today and went on a run and did some healthy grocery shopping and put all my Christmas decorations away and cleaned my house, and now I'm filming. So it's been a busy, productive day. I'm taking my Becca Bali Sands bronzer just to quickly run over this situation. I guess I can talk about my New York trip a little bit. It was wonderful. We arrived Saturday the 22nd, super early. Our flight was at, I think, 6:30 in the morning, so we got to the airport really early, and the airport's like an hour and a half away from my apartment. And we got into New York, I think around 10:30. I think we got to the apartment we were staying at around 11. Quickly just baking underneath this just to clean things up. And then the very first day we were all exhausted. We'd only gotten a couple hours of sleep, but we went to a cat cafe that Zane wanted to go to. I mean, of course I wanted to too, but he really wanted to go to it, and now I know why. Because that is where he proposed to me at. I'm so happy and excited. I wasn't sure I would feel any different being engaged, but I actually do. I don't know, I just feel a more intense sense of closeness to him and his family than I did before. Not that I didn't feel close to them or him, but I just feel more of it now. I don't know. It's just really nice and secure feeling. I love it. And then after that, we went to see The Lion King, him and his sister Malia and I. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to see that literally my whole life pretty much. It's been on my bucket list forever. His parents bought us tickets for that as our engagement present, which before it happened I thought it was a Christmas gift, but it was an engagement present. I just didn't know that yet. At one point when we were in New York, we went to Ulta because I had a coupon to spend, and I bought this Flesh Beauty blush. This is in the shade Fever. It looks very bright and very orange, and it is. But I just tap in just very lightly, and I love the way this looks. I'm just starting back here first because I don't like to do my cheek area until after I brush this powder away. I'm gonna hit up my nose. But Lion King was amazing. If you ever have the chance to see it on Broadway, I highly recommend it. It was so good. I feel like I sound really bored and monotone, but it's just my nose, I swear. Let's see. We went and saw the Rockettes on New Year's Eve in the morning. That was fantastic. That was probably my second favorite show we went to. It was so cute. We saw the Nutcracker Ballet, and that was amazing. They are so talented. The amount of work that goes into those productions is insane to me. I'm gonna try to use this broken Colourpop Flexitarian. I'm so sad I bought a new one, but just with traveling, this is a really soft product and it just kind of got a little shattered. We saw The Illusionists. That was a really snap decision that Zane and I decided to do just because we were walking on one of the streets near our apartment. We were staying really close to Times Square, and we saw a banner for The Illusionists, and it had a couple of the people that we loved on America's Got Talent, including Shin Lim, who won last year. If you guys keep up with America's Got Talent, I love that show. But he was on it, and we got to see him perform, as well as a bunch of other amazing magicians, and I love magic, in case you wanted to know. So that was a really fantastic show. That might actually be tied for second between that and the Rockettes. I think I want to do fake freckles actually. For my fake freckles, I've just been using the same little brush that I always use for my fake freckles. It's the Sigma E05, and I've been using Posh Spice from Jeffree Star actually. I feel like it works really well. And I just take some of that on my brush and just start doing little dots all around. It's gonna look really dark and really intense at first, but I pat them out and then they look really subtle and really cute. And if you're against fake freckles, don't come for me because I don't care. I think they're cute. I've always wanted freckles my whole life, and with the power of makeup I can put them on whenever I want. I feel like lately I wear them more often than not. I just love them. I think that's a fair amount of freckles. So honestly, I just take my finger and just kind of pat in. I don't sweep around because you don't want to smudge it everywhere. We ate a lot of really good food. If you are ever in New York or you live in New York, you need to go to Sticky's Finger Joint. There's I think 4 or 5 different locations. The one we went to is on the corner of 42nd and 9th. It's just slightly off the corner. And they have the best vegetarian chicken tenders in the world. They're so good. I could cry because I can't have them anymore because they aren't in my area. They were so good though. We went to Holy Cream, which was a donut ice cream sandwich place, and that was incredible. Holy cow. I ate so unhealthy for 2 weeks, so I'm happy to be home eating really healthy now. Just gonna pop a little bit more of the residue of that highlight over top of my cheeks, as well as the brush I use for my blush with no additional blush, just to pat over this area especially. And now we spray. Thought I'd move you closer to do my eyes. I'm of course priming with my Smashbox Lid Primer. It's my favorites. And I guess this portion of the video is kind of a first impressions because I've never used this palette before. And I'm really excited to. I was holding off buying the bundle for such a long time, ever since I knew it was gonna launch, and then it did launch, but I just couldn't resist. I had to have it. I guess it hasn't even been that long since it first launched, but here we are now. The color story looks like this, and I'm so excited. I want to use all of them. The look I want to do is going to be inspired by Kristen Leanne's look that she did. It's like pinky purpley with those pops of blue on the lid and on the lower lash line, and I just really like the shadow placement. So we're going to go for kind of that vibe. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be similar-ish. It's not a recreation, it's just an inspiration. When I went to the e.l.f. store, I got a bunch of like the same little blending brushes because I use these all the time. I love having tiny blending brushes at my disposal. It's just called the Tapered blending brush. There's nothing fancy about it, but these work really well. I'm gonna start with the baby right here. I'm just taking that on that little e.l.f. brush. I'm gonna just start running that through the crease. I've never used Pinky Rose shadows before, so I'm excited to see how this comes out.
leaves us slowly.
So far so good. The shade doesn't seem to be causing any issues, and sometimes purpley colors like this are weird, but this seems to be doing pretty okay actually. Now I'm gonna take a tiny bit of Amore and I'm gonna just kind of blend that right above where we just had the baby shade. As much as I'm sad that I'm gone from New York, I'm actually happy to be home. I'm excited to be back in the groove of things. Tomorrow I go back to the salon. I took today off as well just so I could catch up on life stuff. This seems to be doing beautifully so far. I don't know how to say this word, this yellow shade. Yasabes, Yasabes, none of those are probably correct, but I'm just taking that on a bigger blending brush just to blend right above that reddish Amore shade. Nothing too crazy, just to add a tiny little pop of yellow. That's really cute. I'm taking Amore again, but just on a pencil brush, and I'm gonna smoke that right in the center of the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take that big blending brush with no additional product, just to smudge it out just a little bit, so it's not just a huge block of red. Even though it still kind of looks like that, it'll come together. I'm just taking that brush I used with the baby, whatever it's called, and no additional product. I'm gonna take the shade Dreamer now, that pretty sparkly blue. When we were in New York, Zane's mom got him, his sister, and I to watch the show You on Netflix. I'd never heard of it at all, but it was amazing, so everybody needs to go watch it. It was so good. It's only like 10 episodes. There's gonna be a second season, and I'm so excited. Oh, speaking of Netflix, the new series of Unfortunate Events is on now. I need to start watching that. I think it's the last season. Now I'm gonna take Virgo, the lighter blue, and I'm just flipping that same brush over and using the other side. I'm just popping that right in the very center of the lid. And I'm just gonna take that brush I was using with the baby. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Amore just to pop right in this inner and outer portion, right at the base of the lid in this crease area on the outer edges. And I'm just gonna take Dreamer again on that eyeshadow brush. And this is gonna be popping right in the inner and outer corner of the lower lash. This is so pretty. I need a smaller brush though, this isn't working. Just doing the same thing that I was just saying, just on a smaller shadow brush. Just because I felt like I was in the beginning stages of making a big mess. I think I want this blue in my inner corner as well. I think I love that actually, so I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be back. So this is the full look. I hope you like it. Now that I'm looking at it complete, this pretty much was a recreation of Kristen Leanne's look, not just an inspiration. But you know, sometimes you love a look and you hang on to it. On my lips, I have the Kristen gloss from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I always forget how much I love Anastasia's glosses until I wear them. And I'm loving the way my mouth looks without that piercing in it. Not that I didn't like the piercing, I feel good without it. I love this look. I feel like a cotton candy princess and I think it's really cute, and let me know what you think. I realized as I was doing the other eye that I didn't finish telling you the story of my engagement. I just said we went to a cat cafe and that's where I got proposed to. But we went to the cat cafe, I just ordered my coffee. You pay a fee to go into the cat room that goes towards donations to help get them adopted. So you pay your fee and then you can go in and play with the cats. So Zane, Malia, and I went in there to play with the cats and we were just petting them and having a good time. And I'm sitting down playing with one of the cats. And then the owner comes out and she's talking about the resident cat and she's just holding him and talking about him. And then she goes, "Here, you hold him," because I was sitting there and I thought she just picked me because I was sitting right there. And then I'm just petting him and looking at him and Zane goes, "What's that?" And my ring was tied to a ribbon around its neck and it was so sweet. I was so surprised. I have a lot of vlog footage from New York. It's gonna be a mediocre vlog, so don't get too excited, but I will incorporate the clip of it happening in my vlog when that happens. I think that'll be up maybe this week, maybe next week. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. But that's what happened and I'm so happy. It was such a good trip. I loved every second of it. It was a really good break, but I'm happy to be back. I mean, just let me know your thoughts. How's it going? How do you like this look? All that jazz. What do you think of this palette? I think it's really good. I really like the color story. I really enjoyed the formula. I didn't have any issues. I really like the look I came up with. So that's that. I'm sure I will play with one of the other two next week, so let me know down below which one you want me to play with. This is the Exotic Peacock. Looks like this. And Obsessed looks like this. So let me know between those two which one you want me to use in a video next week. I'll probably film one of those with a tag video or something. We'll see. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.